It seems the top court, the Supreme Court, has given a big relief to the poll body Election Commission in the special intensive revision of electoral rolls of Bihar. The top court has declined to stay this SIR review. Let us just tell you that there is right now currently a poll revision underway in Bihar before the Legislative Assembly elections, which seeks to identify voters who were born post 2003, and then the attempt is to ensure that only legitimate voters are there in the electoral rolls. And many went to court, to the top court, Supreme Court, and now Supreme Court says we are not going to stop this activity by a constitutional body, and it seems it might go on. But this hearing will be continuing in the Supreme Court, although in its observation, Supreme Court made many relevant observations, especially related to what documents can be included for identification or for citizenship. For more on this, let's cut across to... We will be speaking to India Today's Anisha Mathur in a bit and try and understand what this means for citizenship and for the electoral roll of Bihar and for the Legislative Assembly elections of Bihar. Remember, BJP is supporting this exercise. It is calling it a review, an intensive review, which is required as there are many factors which are connected to electoral rolls like migration, which can lead to changes in electoral roll. But the opposition parties are calling it snatching away of fundamental rights of the voters. They are saying that voters are being stopped from voting by the election body. They are in fact calling EC the BJP stooge, and because of that, this entire matter is in court right now, and the top court has clearly said that it is not going to stop this exercise. But in its observation, it did mention that what are the documents you are using to verify whether the person is eligible to vote in these elections or not. And it did suggest that you should use Aadhaar, voter ID card and ration card as well. Remember, Election Commission has said that there are many documents, but not all documents can be taken into consideration, as they believe Aadhaar card is a document that proves your identity but not your citizenship. But the Supreme Court has asked, or rather right now in its order stated, that these documents should be included when this survey is done and people should be given some relief. For more on this, I'm joined by Anisha Mathur now. Anisha, there are quite a few important points regarding this order that has come. But firstly, will this exercise now continue? It is already underway. Enumeration forms are being filed. According to Election Commission, 60% forms have already been filed. But we all know those 40% are the vulnerable ones, many people who do not have papers. So will this exercise continue or not?
Well, clearly the Supreme Court has said we are not passing any interim orders. We are not making any observations with regard to stay. Even the petitioners have said we are not pressing on a stay. The hearing is on the 28th of July, and that is why, because the next hearing will be before the draft rolls are published. Therefore, the Supreme Court has said we are not passing any order with regard to stay. We are not inclined to pass any interim orders in at this stage. And however, the Supreme Court has suggested to the ECI that you should consider including Aadhaar, voter cards and ration cards as valid documents for this voter verification in this particular exercise. Remember, while this hearing has gone on for almost 2.5 hours, the outcome of the hearing is simply that the court has said we will leave it to the ECI to consider adding certain documents to the list of documents that they are using for verification. The court also noting that we are not inclined to interfere at this stage, especially since the hearing will now be on the 28th of July. The Supreme Court also repeatedly saying that we do not want to interfere with the work of a constitutional authority, that is the Election Commission, as long as the Election Commission is acting within the confines of the law, which is why the Supreme Court asking certain specific questions to the Election Commission, asking the Election Commission to file its reply within 1 week on three things. One, the power of the Election Commission to conduct what is effectively a citizenship verification exercise. Can the ECI do so? Secondly, the timeline that is being used, that is there for submission of the documents, submission of the forms. Thirdly, what happens if somebody is excluded from the list? What mechanism is the ECI going to implement? And why the Election Commission is linking this particular SIR exercise to the upcoming Bihar Assembly elections. Those are the four questions that the Supreme Court has asked the Election Commission to submit its reply on. But for now, no stay on the SIR exercise. Supreme Court has simply issued notice and asked for response from the ECI on this on all of these questions. It has also left it to the ECI to consider adding Aadhaar, ration card and voter card as valid documents for verification of these voters. Clearly, the Supreme Court saying there are questions. This is a very important issue that has been raised in this petition. It is an issue that comes to the root of democracy. It goes to the root of the right to vote, and that is why this matter will have to be heard in detail, clearly for the Supreme Court. By the Supreme Court now on the 28th of July. Even as we speak right now, the Council for the Election Commission is asking the court to modify its order slightly. It is the Election Commission Council is saying that please don't pass an order that Aadhaar and voter card and ration card have to be included. Give us that discretion. Even as we speak right now, this argument is still going on in the Supreme Court. Even after the Supreme Court has said that prima facie, we have said that we are asking you to consider including these documents.
Right.
So clearly the EC is still opposing the Supreme Court's questions and the Supreme Court's suggestions. Right. But on the 28th of July now, we will see what steps the court takes next.
Right.
For now, SIR will continue. Back to you.
Absolutely. And Aman Bharadwaj also joins us from the Supreme Court. Clearly, Amit, I'm sorry, clearly it is, one thing is clear that the exercise will continue. So that means enumeration process will continue. That means the citizens, or rather the residents of Bihar, will have to go and deposit their documents for sure. Is that right?
Yes, Anjali. You know, the central point for the petitioners was to stop SIR, the special intensive review that is being done in Bihar for the voter list and the electoral roll. And these petitioners, including the political parties or the stakeholders such as RJD, CPI, Congress Party, TMC, all of them were seeking that this particular exercise should be, stopped immediately, because this would have an impact on the Bihar elections. So what it clearly means that until 28th of July, the SIR will continue to happen in Bihar. And, as per the data that has been released by the government, nearly 58 or 59% of the total work that was supposed to be done as per the SIR has been already completed until last evening, which means that and 15 days are left, remember, which means in the days to come, not only the entire SIR process will be completed, but also before 28th of July, possibly, the Election Commission of India will also have the data from the ground as to how they have conducted the exercise with help of the BLOs on the ground, how the forms that were printed and distributed by the ECI, how much of it was filled properly, what kind of documents they have been able to collect, and the counter affidavit could also feature these details, because remember, there is time that the ECI would now has on its side in order to file that counter affidavit and also come up with a response before when that hearing will happen on 28th of July. And in the meantime, the entire process of the SIR is likely to be completed in Bihar as well. So more data will be there to back the Election Commission will have more data from the ground, documents from the ground to further its argument, and possibly the petitioners as well in this particular case, including the ADR, which is Association for Democratic Reforms, activists like Yogendra Yadav, could be countering those arguments, but more so, moreover, by the political stakeholders like the RJD, the Congress Party, the Trinamool Congress, as well as the left parties which are challenging the entire move of the SIR. But certainly the Supreme Court has mentioned it very clearly that this is, extremely important issue, because this goes down to the very fundamentals of democracy, the right to vote. And they have told, the Election Commission of India that the Supreme Court is of the view that the ECI should include Aadhaar card, voter card as the documents in this entire SIR process. The ECI is obviously opposing to this particular suggestion of the Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court has not passed an order in that regard. We'll have to wait whether there's further development in this particular aspect. Back to you.
Right. Anisha, one thing is clear, the exercise is going to go on, which means that the people who want to vote and want to keep their names in the electoral rolls, they have to continue and fill those enumeration forms. But there is another argument that the political parties are saying is de-link it from the election process. Let this exercise go on, because the time is also limited. The court has also questioned. It is only till November that you have time, and before that you are asking people to submit their documents within the month of July. So this process of delinking it from the Legislative Assembly elections, why is it important for the political parties?
Well, see, if we look at what is happening right now and what the arguments in the court have been and what the observations from the court have been also, if you look at all of that, the procedure that is there for inclusion or exclusion of someone in the electoral rolls necessarily mandates that if somebody's name is to be excluded, then they have to be given due notice, they have to be heard, they have to be given the opportunity to argue their case. What the Supreme Court and the petitioners, all of them are asking, is that with the election scheduled in November, the EC notification for the election will come out at least 45 days before that. That is sometime in late September or early October. That does not give enough time for anybody whose name has been removed from the voter list to then raise these objections and be heard and then get back included into the voter list. And that is where this entire question comes in, because the petitioners, the political parties, the opposition parties, the NGOs, all of them are raising concerns that all the lakhs of people who don't have a passport, who don't have a matriculation certificate, whose name may not be in the 2003 voter list, all of those people will then be excluded. They've raised the concern about migrant laborers, they've raised the concern about the orphans, they've raised concerns about simply poor persons who never bothered to get their names included in the voter list back in 2003, or do not have any proof of owning property or rental of property. See, because effectively the question that is being raised is that you cannot throw out people from the voter list without the due process being followed. In this particular SIR, what the ECI is saying is that if you don't fill the form or your name or you get rejected from this particular exercise, then you automatically get excluded from the draft list. And that is where the questions are coming in. What do you do for those who get excluded in July? You don't have enough time to revise the voter list. You do not have enough time to hear them all. Even if it is, whether it is 100 people who get thrown out or if it is a crore, as some of those political parties have been raising concerns about, then you do not have the time for that entire quasi-judicial process. And that means the right to vote, the very fundamental right under Indian democracy of adult universal suffrage, that gets violated. And
Right.
that's the question the court is asking, that's the question the political parties are asking, and that is why they wanted delinking of this exercise from the upcoming Bihar elections. Even remember, the Supreme Court in its suggestions, in its oral observations, has said that, well, you continue to do this exercise, it is your right to do this exercise, but why are you making this list valid for the upcoming November elections? Why don't you do this exercise over a period of 1 year? Give enough time for this entire process to continue. The ECI is objecting to that. So we'll see what happens now on the 28th of July when more data comes in. Back to you.
Absolutely. So the Supreme Court is raising a question that whether do you have sufficient time to undertake such a massive exercise and such an important exercise and finish it before the elections, and that is what the Election Commission now needs to think about. But Anisha, that would mean that right now, if the hearing is scheduled for another date, this relief that the Election Commission has got to continue and go ahead with its exercise is temporary. So we will have to wait till the next hearing and probably the next order to really understand what is going to happen. What are those 8 or 9 crore people going to do? Or rather specifically those 3 to 4 crore who are at the precipice of being disenfranchised.
Anjali, that is where the next hearing becomes very, very crucial. Even today, the Supreme Court had at one point suggested that, well, we can pass an order that the draft rolls will not be published till the next hearing date. That argument, that suggestion was opposed strenuously by the Election Commission, that if you tell us not to publish the draft rolls, then our entire exercise gets suspended effectively. The Supreme Court then said, all right, we will hear this matter before your date of publication of draft rolls. Remember, the publication of the draft rolls will happen on the 1st of August. If on the 28th of July, the Election Commission fails to answer these questions about power, about process, about mechanism, about the timeline, then the court could very well pass certain directions, whether it is to not publish this draft rolls, or if it is to delink the process of SIR with the upcoming elections. We don't know what will happen on the 28th of July. But the crucial point is that for now at least, all the people in Bihar must fill up these forms.
Absolutely.
All of the people in Bihar must find the documentation, and those who don't have the documents that are necessary for this draft rolls must get ready for a long fight. Back to you.
Thank you, Anisha, for bringing in all those details.